Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. Just want to let you guys in on the idea that, hey, guess what? Encash official, we just fully launched a full rebrand of the encashofficial.com website. We also launched the official crypto course. This is not like those typical trash courses out there. This includes everything you need to know about this next revolution, the fourth industrial revolution happening. It includes so much more information as well. It includes my exit strategies, things like that. If you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to. But as we look at this space right now, it's obviously erupting. We need to make sure that we are prepared for 2024 and what 2024 has in store for us. It's going to be a very incredible time, incredible year as well. And I do think that projects like Hedera are poised for massive growth and adoption. So far this year has been incredible for Hedera. I think that we should definitely look back in time because transaction volumes are pretty crazy on Hedera. They are at an all-time high now. Big shout out to House of Chimera for this. We do see peak transaction volumes all-time high on Hedera. The Hbar ecosystem has experienced exceptional growth in 2023 and is closing the year with an all-time high in processed monthly transactions. The ecosystem continues to mature, leading to higher network analytic and usage. And here we can actually see the overall transactions here. I mean, it's kind of crazy if you think about, but this is just more proof to the fact that as we really look at what's been happening on Hedera this year alone, because this is this year, it has been absolutely insane to witness. If we go over to Metrica right now and we go to year to date, I mean, 34 billion transactions, average TPS over 1,000, max TPS over 11.6K. Again, we've been keeping a close eye out on this. We've been watching the growth. I mean, as we look at the token itself, we are starting to build out that massive breakout above 10 cents. We're still ranging against it. I think that now that we have a lot more fuel to the fire, I think that we are going to move very, very fast once it does start to break out. I've been talking about that 15 to 20 cent zone. That will most likely get tapped and eaten up, and then we really look for higher. But also account growth. I mean, guys, year to date, 1.37 million active accounts, 2.65 million created accounts. It's been an incredible year. It really has. But also, core developer numbers as well. Big shout out to No BS Crypto for this. Core developer numbers for Hbar just keep rising. Guys, look at this. From 2022 to now, Hedera's devs have 2x'd, paired with the TVL in blue, and we can see that the data reflects just how much the Hashgraph has grown over the past year. And you know what's crazy about this? So I want to take a quick note of this post. TVL, 62.82 million. Guys, this got posted on the 28th, a day ago. TVL, 98.11 million. Even stablecoin growth, you can kind of see it dropped a little bit. Volume on the last 24 hour, it's up a little bit. But for the most part, TVL, almost at $100 million. Pretty wild to say the least. This is why I say, you need to keep a close eye on what Hedera is doing, what Hbar is becoming. It is an absolute giant. It really is. I mean, look at the growth of the decentralized exchanges. Saucer Swap now boasting $61 million worth of TVL by itself. I mean, guys, shaping up to be an incredible year for Hedera. I mean, it really is. I mean, 2023 was all about Hbar. 2024, Hedera takes over. It really does. And I really do think that starts with tokenization. We have been addressing it. I feel as though tokenization is probably one of the largest areas of opportunity for Hedera. I actually gave out a little bit of an insight on how to look into specific categories within the space. You can actually see RWA right here. This is protocols that involve real world assets. I don't believe that Hedera is listed on here, or at least any projects from Hedera so far, but if we look at the overall growth here, so you can go through the categories. I'm going to clear all of these. And the reason why is because I want to show you something very, very interesting. So here is real world assets. I just want to show you guys gaming as well. Sorry, here's gaming. And then I also want to show you guys SocialFi. So SocialFi is actually not showing up. I might not be looking in the right direction of this, but nonetheless, we could look at just gaming and real world assets for now. So going back to 2022, roughly 2021, it was the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022. Gaming topped out at roughly about $2.74 billion. At the time, real world assets was only at almost $200 million. Look at 2023. This is where it all started. Look at the insane growth of real world assets versus gaming. October 23rd, RWA, $6.3 billion. Do you guys realize why I'm focused on real world asset tokenization services? Look at the TVL here. This is from top to bottom. We can actually see decentralized exchanges still being a big one, but real world assets is outbeating most of top tier major categories within this list. And oh, here's SocialFi, by the way. So SocialFi is a drop of water in the bucket, $46 million almost, 45.5 mil. This is kind of crazy to think about when we look at what's been happening around this space. This is why I say Hedera having incredible offerings around tokenization is crucial going into 2024, because look at the monstrous growth that real world assets has seen. And I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. I mean, if you go all the way back to 2021, when we start to see money pouring in, real world assets started to see some money, but it wasn't much at all. Gaming took over. Now it's all about real world assets. The reason why I bring this up is because we recently just seen Duncan Moore from Aberdeen talking a little bit about why we need to move to public blockchain for tokenization and many other services. And this is with Hedera. Aberdeen is preparing for a future where investors buy and take custody of their tokenized assets and can trade across multiple platforms. For fans of real world asset tokenization, the good news is that 2023 was just a precursor to what's to come. Guys, $6.3 billion. And this is just the start. But also, outside of Aberdeen, this is just one of many major projects on Hedera that are looking into tokenization. When we talk about all of the projects that are built out on Hedera already channeling this sector, it is very vast. This is so crucial. But also, Hedera does have gaming. Hedera has SocialFi. They have AI. They have everything all under one umbrella. But here we have why we need to move to public blockchain. This was 7 hours ago. Now, we see how real-world asset tokenization came to the fore in 2023. More than just a buzzword, banks, asset managers, and even regulators have increasingly recognized the potential offered by representing funds and securities on-chain. Obviously, every single aspect of life will essentially be touched by tokenization. I feel as though every single thing of value will be tapped in within tokenization. And it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, until we start to see major moves being made. But within this, we also see the decision to begin with the private blockchain is understandable because of what they offer in terms of control, implementation with limited regulatory considerations, things like that. But public blockchain benefits are far greater. We see public blockchains offer significantly more potential to scale. And again, we could actually see this with Hedera, with the transactional demand that has been being pushed on the network. It's actually kind of crazy. But within this, we also see that while private may allow for quick and easier tokenization, they remain in a private ecosystem requiring investors to come directly to each provider. Not only does this create greater administrative burden from a KYC perspective, it raises the hurdle for liquid secondary market trading of the asset, as it can only be traded within that ecosystem. And then, of course, with public blockchains, easier to transfer. This also means that investors can come to the centralized venue, covering KYC there, while gaining access to products from a range of providers that have tokenized on public chains. So again, like, public blockchains seem to be the go-to here. And even public permission blockchains and things like that, like the hybrid solutions, those are crucial to mention. But I feel as though Hedera has an incredible opportunity here. And we can actually see them noting Hedera down here at the end. Last year, Aberdeen joined the governing council of Hedera Hashgraph, a public/permission enterprise DLT run by some of the world's leading companies that offer speed and security at extremely low fixed dollar cost. Earlier this year, their money market funds became available in token form through UK regulated digital assets firm Arcix. By using Hedera, Aberdeen is preparing for a future where investors buy and take custody of their tokenized assets and can trade across multiple platforms. And of course, 2024 promises to be an exciting year for tokenization. I feel as though it's only going to continue to grow and become a larger trend. This is also why I say you need to be getting behind these trends now before the big flood of retail comes back into the space. But also, guess what? Charles Adkins, the new president of Hedera, real estate is another sector that can improve its efficiency that benefits both renters and landlords at the same time. And this is all through, again, tokenization services as well. I feel as though tokenization, it's starting to pour into real world, right? And when I say that, what I really mean by it is the leak already started. Soon it's going to be a flood, and it's going to touch every aspect of life. We're talking about real estate, insurance, ID, everything. This is so damn crucial to mention. But also, when we talk about real estate, we know Hedera has been at the forefront of this with Red Swan, with Toko. There's so many other great initiatives here. Hedera has become a powerhouse with everything under one umbrella. And I've been addressing this. I've been talking about it. Listen, I get the whole idea of transactions, and everyone is, looking at the transactions and all, but at the end of the day, this is just a starting point. It really is. Like, this is nothing for Hedera to really kind of settle this amount of transactions. Like, it's exciting. It's great to see, especially for a long-term HBAR holder. Like, when you look at this, it's something very, very incredible to witness, because go back a couple years ago, the network was barely seeing any sort of value moved over it. There was no demand for Hedera. And now, fast forward 2-3 years later, I mean, guys, Hedera has become a massive dominant giant in this space. But also, as we look at some of these markets, like, for an example, real estate, kind of crazy to think about, but this is a $397.7 trillion market now. It's almost a $400 trillion market, and it's kind of crazy to think about, but this is what blockchain has to really kind of disrupt. And I get it, right? Hedera's not blockchain, Hashgraph, right? But DLT, blockchain, it's at the forefront of many of these asset classes that are at absurd values, like almost $400 trillion for, real estate globally. Most people can't even wrap their mind around $1 trillion, let alone 400. Then we talk about derivatives. We talk about, the debt market. We talk about equities, all of this combined. And when you come to look at that, I mean, we're talking about over $1 quadrillion in value being disrupted. And this is why I say, like, over the course of the next few years, the next decade, even, the next 2 decades, like, this market is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. And I'm not even just talking about, oh, we have to wait that long. No, we don't. But I'm saying, like, over the course of the next, few years, I mean, think about how fast technology moves. Think about the value on technology that can ultimately disrupt this amount of money and make it so much more efficient. I mean, think about what value you could actually put on that technology. It's something unheard of. This is why I like to, talk about crypto versus like the .com bubble. Like, this is so much bigger than the internet. This is so much bigger than any revolution in the past. This is why I said, the fourth industrial revolution is upon us. This is one of the largest revolutions in history. So you need to be looking into the players that are a part of this. Hedera obviously being, you know, one of those major giants. We have been talking about it for a while. I really do think that Hedera is at the forefront of this. And I think that they are one of, you know, just a few. Because remember, like 99% of this market is trash. But Hedera is one of a few major leaders in the space that is filled with a ton of noise. But Hedera, they bring the noise, but they also bring the substance as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.